In section 11.2 of our Statistics OER course, we will cover scatter plots. And for reference in the OpenStax Introductory Statistics textbook, this is section 12.2, also titled Scatter Plots. A relationship between two variables can be graphed in a scatter plot. We sketch the scatter plot by plotting points x, y, without connecting them. So as an example, Amelia plays basketball for her high school. She wants to improve to play at the college level, and she notices that the number of points she scores in a game goes up in response to the number of hours she practices her jump shot each week. She records the data shown, and this table indicates that in one column we have the hours per week that she practices a jump shot, and then in the second column we have the points that she scores in a game, and when she practices 5 hours she observed that she scored 15 points per game, and when she practiced 7 hours in a week then she scored 22, and when she practiced 9 hours she scored 28. So she sees kind of a relation and she wants to see what it looks like. So the scatter plot is a way to visualize this. Our independent variable is the practice time per week in hours, and the dependent variable is the points per game. And we have been used to the fact that when the two axes meet, the meeting point is 0 for x and 0 for y, but we want to have x values from 5 to 12, and we want to have y values from 15 to 36. So to indicate that we can see this as a break in the axis, it is sketched as a little like thunder or strike or something like that, where it indicates a break in the axis. That means we will not be starting in the first tick mark at 0 or at 1, we will be starting at 5, and then every other tick mark evenly spaced will be a unit or 2 units or the same distance on the axis. So for our purposes we want to go by units, and that way we will cover from 5 to 12, and then the distance from 0 to 5 is not the same because the axis is broken. So we will assume that the 0 is farther away to the left, but we will shrink it and bring it closer so we can see it. Same thing for the y. We want the y to start at 15, but we don't want the tick mark from 0 to 15 to be 15 points because we want the rest to be able, we don't want to jump to our next tick mark to go to 30. We want to be able to see the other values of the y-axis. So here again, I'm going to do a break on the y-axis, and I will start at 15, and let's say I'm going to go by 5s, which will make it easier for me to now sketch the values that I want. And the points will be 5 hours with 15 points. So 5 and 15 approximately here, 7 hours with 22 points, so 22 is, let's say, at that level, and 7 will be here, so right there. Then I will have 9 hours with 28 points, 28 points, let's say, is at that level, 9 hours is approximately here. And then I have 10 with 31. So my point is here. And again, I'm just drawing this guideline so that I can see it. It's nice if I had graph paper. 11 with 33. So let's say there. And 12 with 36. And let's say that this is there. And this is how the scatter plot will look like. In Excel can do scatter plots really quickly for us. So if I create a table that has the values of X and Y and the titles, I can highlight the titles and the values, and I can insert, And I can choose here in the charts the scatter plot, or I can go in the recommended charts and find the scatter plot. And here you have the option to connect the points or not connect the points. I don't want to connect the points, so I'm going to choose the one that doesn't connect them. And I want to move it over. And you have seen before in our projects how to add titles. You will need to add titles. So let's see, axis titles. You can also change the minimum value. You see how I actually created a break from 0 to 5, and I created a break from 0 to 15 so that this area here at the bottom left is not empty. You can edit the axis titles. You want to definitely edit the chart title to make it a good title, and then you can change the data series. So to change the data series for the X variable, the independent variable, I want to click here on these values. I want to right click and I want to format the axis and change the minimum, let's say, to be a 4. And when I do that, you will see here how it has shifted to the left. I also would like to format the y-axis, so let me click on that, right click on it, format that axis, and it was also open earlier, but I don't want the minimum to be 0, but let's say that the minimum should be a 10, so that we can see the 15. There we go. So now we have a much better view of the graph, and you can see here that the origin is no longer 0, 0 like it was before. So looking at a particular example with Amelia's performance, we can see that the points kind of look like they are on a straight line if there were a straight line that goes through these points. So when we are creating a scatter plot, then we want to look at two things. First, we want to look at the direction of the relationship between the variables. It could be positive or it could be negative. Positive is when, as the independent variable increases, also the dependent increases. So high values of one variable occur with high values of the other variable. Negative will be when, as the independent variable increases, the dependent variable decreases. So low values of the one variable occur with high values of the other variable. Another thing we want to look at is the strength of the relationship. We look at the strength of the relationship by looking at the scatter plot and seeing how close the points are to a line, power function, exponential function, or some other type of curve. In this unit, we are only interested in linear correlation. This is the title of the unit, linear regression. And that means that we will be looking at a strong linear correlation if the points of the scatter plot appear to be close to an increasing or decreasing straight line. The correlation is weak if the points seem to follow a direction, but there is no clear line. And as a side note here, there is an exception for linear correlation if it looks like the dependent variable y falls on a horizontal line, which means as x increases, then the y doesn't do anything, then that will actually indicate a very weak relationship between the two variables, which basically indicates that as x increases, the increase or decrease in x actually does not affect the value of y. So when we look at the scatter plot, we want to determine the overall pattern, and then we want to see if there are any deviations, which will be points that do not fit the overall group of the data. So let's look at some examples and see if we can determine whether there is a positive, negative correlation, if it is strong, if it is weak, and if there are deviations. So scatter plot A here indicates that the points look like they are close to a straight line. So this is a strong correlation. It's also positive. Strong linear, right? It's also positive because I see that the line ascends from left to right, which means increasing x results in increased or produces or matches with higher values of y. Scatterplot B has an outlier here, a little deviation. One point just doesn't look like it belongs with the other points. However, the other points look like they are very close to a straight line that could potentially be going through them. So this is a strong linear correlation. It looks like it is positive, but we also have one deviation. Scatterplot C. This looks like the points are relatively close to a straight line that is descending. So this is a strong linear correlation. Remember, we are interested in linear, and it is a negative correlation. As x increases from left to right, y decreases and it drops from the top to the bottom. D also looks like it has an overall trend to decrease. The points look like they are around a descending straight line, but they are farther away from the line than the previous examples. So there is a big vertical distance in the y values of the points from the line, and therefore this is a negative linear correlation, but it is a weak linear correlation. So this is a negative but weak linear correlation. E looks really good for a model that is not a straight line. So actually we could potentially have a curve that goes through this, these points. So actually it doesn't look like it is a linear correlation. So not linear. It looks that there is a better model that would not be a straight line trying to go through these points. And it looks actually like an exponential model. If we were familiar with exponential functions, or if you can have seen the graph of exponential functions before, this looks like it could be a good exponential model, much better than any linear model. And F looks like the points are hovering over the first quadrant of our system, and that does not indicate some kind of trend. I cannot say that it is increasing. I cannot say that I see a decreasing pattern. I actually see kind of a fog. You know, if I look in my weather app, I will see a fog looking like this. It looks like the points just hover over. So this doesn't look like there is any correlation between the variables. I cannot identify some relationship between increasing x and something happening to y. So here I don't see a pattern, no pattern, and I will also claim here that there is no correlation.